filing, we can now see that Ryan was panicked in general about him being apart from Blake Lively, so much so that when they first communicated with one another,
Justin says that Blake was determined to make him the real-life villain in her story.
Defendant Blake Lively has unequivocally left them with no choice, not only to set the record straight in response to Lively's accusations, but also to put the spotlight.
Lively's complaint accuses Baldoni, who is also the film's director, of creating a hostile work environment and trying to ruin her reputation.
I can also tell you personally, back when I was an intern at Glamour magazine, working under an editor, she said the most difficult person that she has ever worked with and the rudest person that she had ever worked with was Blake Lively.
Rumors are swirling that Marvel has made the shocking decision to cast Justin Baldoni as the new face of Deadpool. Even more surprising, these same rumors claim that Ryan Reynolds, long celebrated for his pitch-perfect portrayal of the wisecracking, red-suited anti-hero, was completely blindsided by the announcement and is far from happy about it. Among fans, this development is being framed as Reynolds losing it, a dramatic reaction that highlights the depth of disappointment and disbelief among those who have followed his journey in the role. While some insist that Marvel has officially confirmed this decision behind closed doors, no public statement has been made. As a result, the internet is flooded with discussions, debates, and even conspiracy theories about how such a major shakeup could have happened and why it might make sense from Marvel's perspective. For the longest time, the idea of anyone other than Ryan Reynolds donning Deadpool's mask seemed unthinkable. When Reynolds first brought the character to life, he transformed a relatively niche Marvel Comics persona into a full-fledged cultural phenomenon. Fans marveled at how seamlessly his personality aligned with Deadpool's sarcastic tone, fourth-wall-breaking humor, and rebellious attitude. The runaway success of the first film only reinforced what many already believed, that Reynolds was the only actor who could truly embody the merc with a mouth. A highly successful sequel followed, further cementing his place as the heart of the character's cinematic identity. Under these circumstances, the notion of recasting would typically never even be considered. Yet now, according to a sudden surge of rumors, Marvel has supposedly done just that. Justin Baldoni, best known for his work on television and his directorial projects, has reportedly been chosen to take over the role. Speculation suggests that this decision was influenced by a complex interplay of factors.
She said, just read it, because I was looking for movies that could be commercial and speak to the human experience. And
were you reading romance novels?
And I had never read a romance novel.
Never?
And she said, just trust me, read it. So I read it, and by the end of the book, I couldn't even read the text on the page because I was crying so much. My wife was in bed next to me, and she's, I got snot coming out of my nose.
Contractual disputes and behind-the-scenes tensions have reportedly made Ryan Reynolds' return to Deadpool difficult. While fans initially dismissed these whispers as baseless gossip, the story has stubbornly refused to die, fueled by social media chatter about a confirmed conversation between Marvel executives and Justin Baldoni. Some sources claim that a series of private meetings have already taken place, culminating in a handshake deal that was expected to remain under wraps until an official studio announcement. What's most shocking is the accompanying claim that Ryan Reynolds is not just out of the picture, but was completely blindsided by how quickly events unfolded. Various unverified sources describe him as being in a state of disbelief, if not outright frustration, at having his signature role pulled out from under him after years of championing the character. For those who have followed Reynolds' public persona, this situation feels almost surreal. He has always been witty, laid back, and in control, especially when it comes to Deadpool. The rumor of him losing it suggests a stark contrast, implying that this sudden turn of events has rattled him like never before. Baldoni's rumored casting injects a whole new layer of intrigue into the Deadpool saga. Best known for roles that differ vastly from Deadpool's R-rated comedic style, Baldoni's inclusion would mark a significant shift in both tone and cinematic approach. While he has demonstrated dramatic depth and a talent for heartfelt storytelling, few would consider him the natural successor to a role defined by sarcastic banter, over-the-top humor, and an irreverent edge. This contrast alone has made the rumors even more dramatic. People are now speculating whether this recasting signals Marvel's intention to take the franchise in a new direction. Could Baldoni's more earnest public image suggest that the studio wants to soften Deadpool's notoriously edgy vibe? Or is Baldoni looking to defy expectations and prove that he can take on a wilder, more unpredictable character? One theory suggests that, now under Disney's all-encompassing umbrella, Marvel may be trying to integrate Deadpool into a more interconnected family of superheroes, requiring subtle modifications to the character's tone.
It's believing that people and humanity are inherently good. And they crave nutritious food in their soul, just as they do in their bodies.
Under that assumption, executives might have decided that a completely fresh take was necessary. Another rumor points to potential legal complications behind the scenes, hinting at an unresolvable issue within Reynolds' existing agreements. Some even claim that Reynolds' alleged frustration stems from Marvel's attempt to exercise contract clauses that allow them to recast if certain conditions aren't met. However, the specifics remain unclear. No one can pinpoint exactly which conditions might have been triggered, leaving fans to debate whether the entire rumor is wildly misinformed or missing a crucial piece of the puzzle. Adding to the wave of speculation is the fan community's reaction to Baldoni himself. Many appreciate his previous work, praising his sincerity, dedication, and thoughtful approach to storytelling. They acknowledge that he could bring a fresh perspective, perhaps evolving the Deadpool franchise in an unexpected direction. Others, however, remain fiercely loyal to Reynolds, questioning whether Baldoni has the comedic chops or the overwhelming fan goodwill needed to fill such massive shoes. Online discourse is split between those intrigued by the possibility of something new and those who argue that recasting Deadpool is nothing short of cinematic betrayal. Social media platforms are filled with heated debates, and some fans have even declared that they would boycott any new Deadpool film without Reynolds in the lead role. Another factor to consider is how Deadpool might fit into the broader Marvel Cinematic Universe in the coming years. With the expansion into multiverse storylines, surprise cameos, and an ever-shifting roster of heroes, Deadpool's signature irreverent humor could provide a goldmine for comedic deconstructions of classic superhero tropes. Losing Reynolds, who has already proven himself a master of meta-humor, risks missing out on the comedic synergy that fans have been eagerly anticipating. Yet, a pro-Baldoni faction argues that a fresh start might open doors for new comedic angles. They suggest that while Reynolds' portrayal was undeniably iconic, any role can evolve under a different performer, potentially blending sharp comedic timing with new emotional depth. After all, superhero recasts have happened before. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Through this whirlwind of speculation, no verified source has provided definitive proof that Baldoni has officially signed a contract.
I'm honored, and I'm also more honored that because, what we're talking about is so important and so meaningful, that we're able to have this much anticipation, and so many people want to go see it and are talking about it. That's what I'm grateful for.
And you had a key part in bringing it to the big screen. How did this all come to be?
Well, in 2019, I read the book. I was sent the book by my book agent and friend at the time, and I was looking for films that could inspire, that were commercially viable, but also could really reach in and touch somebody's heart.
There is still no ironclad proof that Reynolds has been unceremoniously removed from the role. This lack of confirmed information has allowed sensationalized claims, like Reynolds losing it, to gain traction among those eager for drama. The phrase itself conjures up images of heated confrontations and behind-the-scenes disputes, fueling speculation, regardless of whether there is any truth to it. In the absence of verifiable facts, the rumor thrives on the raw emotions of fans, many of whom are deeply attached to Reynolds' portrayal. Some are excited by the possibility of a new face for Deadpool, while others are outright terrified at the thought of the Merc with a mouth heading into uncharted territory with a different actor. A major question fans keep asking is, why hasn't Reynolds himself shot down the rumor if it's false? Typically, he's quick to interact with fans and address speculation, especially regarding Deadpool. But silence can be interpreted in countless ways. Maybe he's contractually bound from speaking about it. Maybe he's waiting for Marvel to release an official statement. Or perhaps he's opting for a more strategic approach, letting the rumor play out to gauge public reaction. Some have even floated the theory that this entire situation might be an elaborate publicity stunt